Yep, similar for us, just hanging out with the fam, watching the 2 games now tomorrow. Don't worry, Larry Hogan. It is only 5 people. We're following protocols, and I think Charlestown's open tomorrow. So since there's nothing going on in the evening, maybe me and Cam head up there and get a little early head start in the weekend's games.
You want to go through yours again, Nick? We didn't have any audio.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Just going to grandma's house with Allie and her family. It's gonna be a very small gathering. So, yeah, just be happy to see grandma and have some time off. I can't wait for the break.
Yeah, I hear that, brother.
Right on. Everybody kicking it with the fam. Me and the wife are going to be making margaritas and tacos, just chilling. It's going to be some nice,
Classic Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the meals will be represented. All parts of the food pyramid. So yeah, we're pretty excited. Get a little bit of time off. We will be back on Monday for Monday Night Football. We're going to be taking off Sunday as well. So hope you guys all enjoy your holidays, your Thanksgiving, Black Friday. That nice little 4-day weekend we're all going to get. So hope you guys take advantage of it. But tonight we're going to be going through our Week 12 preview. First, before we get to that, we are now partnered with monkeyknifefight.com. Nice. So when you get a chance, when you have the opportunity, please support the channel, monkeyknifefight.com, when you sign up, or just plug in new deposit. Use promo code #ToTheHizzy. You get 100% match up to $50 of your deposit. So please go and check them out. Support the channel if and when you have time. Okay.
Absolutely.
Before we get to the preview, we don't really have any props to go over tonight because we got no live show, right? So we're going to update you guys on our props, the Take It to the Hizzy TITTH props. We got a couple of close races, and we got a barn burner, maybe one or two. We'll see. Nick, do you want to introduce ours?
Yeah. So our bet was if DJ Shark got more receiving yards than Devontae Parker, then I had to shave my beard. And if Devontae Parker got more receiving yards than DJ Shark, then Justin shaved his head. I honestly have no idea where we stand, but I know it is a close one.
Shark has an 11-yard lead.
Shit.
Shark is ranked 34th in the league in yards,
It's
and
so
Devontae Parker is ranked 35th. It can't be any closer.
Oh,
you could say hair thin race there.
Of all the receivers you two could have picked, literally
that's
neck and neck.
That's the best bet that we've had probably of the entire one, because it's just so close, and it's just like such high stakes, and like
it's just high stakes.
Honestly,
it's only the hair on your head.
I thought that it was going to be voided because I thought DJ Shark or Devontae Parker was going to be hurt, but nope, they're just keep on trucking. So I need Devontae Parker to stop getting one reception for 3 yards and a touchdown. Like, the touchdowns do not matter. I need yardage.
I need DJ Shark to find a quarterback.
Isn't it Mike Glennon now?
It is Mike Glennon in Week 12
Mike Glennon is still in the league. My God, the NFL sucks.
I responded to a tweet. It was like most underrated, most overrated player.
Oh yeah, I remember.
In the category for worst player in the NFL ever, I put in Mike Glennon. Yep. I can't stand Mike Glennon. I
hate Mike.
It's absolutely killing me. What's your guys' prop?
Me and Nick, hey, you were talking about yours being close. Mine was just so fucking stupid. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was so happy when you said I was done.
So stupid. I was one of those people. Our bet was, obviously, you guys know that I hate the Green Bay Packers. So Nick's not a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. So naturally, I was like, well,
picking targets.
Yep, exactly. So I was like, well, Carson Wentz, I think he's gonna have a big year. I think the Eagles got him some weapons. I think he'll bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I thought Aaron Rodgers and the Packers would regress a little bit. Not have a bad year, just regress. I thought it'd be a more run-heavy team.
Run a lot, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking? I don't even know how close it is. Probably
with
not.
The discount double check.
Oh, God.
What is it? The yardage?
It's yardage.
Yardage. I don't care what it is.
It's yardage.
Rodgers kicking his ass and everything.
Yeah,
it could be literally
yardage.
any of them. Pick it.
I got you. It could be any of them.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't have no shot. It was yardage or touchdowns, but Rodgers killing them in both, and it's just the Eagles, man. They're just. I don't get it. Like, on paper, like they're getting healthy. They just keep doing dud after dud.
Carson Wentz is not that good.
No.
I got into a little tiff on the. Well, it's called a banger on Twitter when you get like more than like whatever number you want. And for me, it's kind of like 20. This one had like 75 likes the last time I liked it, but someone had a video of Dak Prescott throwing the ball.
Oh, this one.
throwing the ball, and the ball came out of his hand. It was just like the ball slipped out of his hand. And they're like, "You're trying to tell me this quarterback's better than Carson Wentz?" And I replied, "Yes."
Yeah.
Without Dak, the Cowboys look like a JV team. Without Wentz, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And I mean, that's the truth. Like I did not see. I don't see Carson.
It's a little different.
I don't see Carson Wentz as an elite quarterback. He got paid as an injured player, which was very strange to me because I've never seen someone get paid like that. And honestly, I didn't really see enough from him because he didn't lead them to the Super Bowl. Nick Foles did. He did set him up, playoff-wise.
He was going to win MVP probably that year before he got hurt. Yeah,
absolutely. But you know what? A lot of times MVPs don't win Super Bowls. And that's the truth.
Yep.
Yeah, and Nick Foles finished, and that's why Nick Foles basically has a statue in Philadelphia. But
well deserved. You win a Super Bowl. Hey,
does anybody know where that Nick Foles is?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, seriously.
Paging Dr. Foles.
But Wentz, I never believed in him. I don't like Philadelphia. I don't think that. I mean, it was cool their Super Bowl run, but I had no belief in Carson Wentz, and he's really proving it right now. And
yeah, and it's just I don't, and that's the stuff.
And he put it up against Aaron Rodgers. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
I was one of those people when Wentz had that year. Wentz was really
that was your choice too.
Yeah, it was my choice. And I mean, we had to make a creative.
Make it creative.
And that was one I thought I had a shot because I really did think with them being healthy, that he'd have a bounce back year. He's finally healthy.
I thought that offense was going to pass a lot as well. Wentz coming into the year was still my, I got a lot of these top guys right, but Wentz was still my number 7. I got to take that one on the chin. You know what I mean? Like that's the offense looked a lot sexier to start the year
on paper.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, sometimes you get caught looking at the numbers,
and I think we just see that the Eagles and Doug Peterson. He caught fire, in 2017, and props to them, right? They got a ring out of it, but
frauds.
That's all it was. It was a one-year wonder. Hell, I'll take that any year. If my team wins the Super Bowl for 1 year and they go back to mediocrity, fuck it. But yeah,
they're satisfied in Philadelphia. That's the thing. Is you can watch how Wentz. He has that Mamba mentality. He tries to put the team on his back when the team is struggling, and you can see it. You can really see the effort. Like, unfortunately, you don't get W's by effort. And it's hard.
You need from the whole team.
You need from the whole team, and it's not, and the Mamba mentality really only works in basketball because only really one player can take over a game at any time. Yeah. But in the NFL, it's 11 people that have to be on sync at any point in time, and he's just trying to make it happen with one person when the 10 other guys aren't doing their job. And I'm surprised he hasn't been hurt yet, to be completely honest.
That is true. That is the one surprise.
He's tried hard to scramble, and he's taken a lot of hits, but he's still trying. Like, I will say he is giving his best effort, but is not enough.
He's just not good.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
do you think him and Prince Harry switch places?
I see that on Reddit.
Yeah, I saw that on Reddit. That's pretty funny.
That make a lot of sense.
We got Jake Driscoll checking into the chat here, our community Eagles fan. Sorry about
that. Sorry, Jake.
Sorry for dragging.
I don't mean to blast your team like that.
It's okay. We sent him a hoodie.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's all right.
Question. It's actually good you mentioned that, Justin. What does he think about Wentz?
Yeah,
I'm just kind of curious from an Eagles fan. Like, what do you think about him? Do you want Hurts? They invested a second-round pick in the quarterback. That's true. Right? They have little packages for him.
But they invested $100 million in Wentz. Like,
but he's not good.
In the NFL, you can just make money magically appear and
look
disappear.
At the fucking Rams.
I.e. the
Chiefs. How they keep the Chiefs are a good example, Nick. After the Super Bowl, they said they had like $700 in cap space, and they fucking signed Mahomes, signed Chris Jones. Like, what?
It's arbitrary, man. I don't understand.
Don't make that money disappear.
I've said before on air that the cap space is an arbitrary number that is used to basically have owners tell players that they don't want to pay. Oh man, you won't fit underneath the cap space. We can't give you that contract. But when they really want to, they can make money appear out of nowhere. I remember 2 years ago they were like, how is the Rams going to sign Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, this person? They signed them all. It didn't matter. It doesn't. So I hate the word cap space. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You make a very good point. Jake mentions that Wentz doesn't trust his receivers. Well, they got to get him some.
Fulgham. What? Like, he has a bunch of yards.
One for
2 catches the last 2 weeks.
He's a rookie. He's due.
He's due to get those games, right?
Yes.
Like, as a rookie, like, you're allowed. I get it. But if he doesn't trust his guys, I mean, realistically, he's kind of in a similar situation. Well, no, he's not. I was going to say like Lamar Jackson, but he has way better receivers than Lamar Jackson does. I'm just saying, like, they don't have a true number one. Fulgham was that guy, but since Rieger's come back, Ward's, just got that steady little workload, 4 to 6 targets.
I think that the coach is trying to have the playbook go a certain way, and really they need to let plays develop. And I feel like they're trying to force to certain people. I don't know, like Greg Ward, like he's a great gadget player, but like even at watching him from the opposite side of the field, I was still in awe of his ability to operate in open space, and they don't really use him that way. And Wentz is trying to put the team on his back, and they're stuck with Boston Scott and Miles Sanders that are going in and out of the lineup. It's just really hard in Philadelphia right now.
Getting Jordan Howard potentially this week might get a little backup there.
You might get 2 touchdowns from him, like with 5 yards of rushing.
Yep.
We're gonna cap this off with Jake's just final analysis that hey, they don't have an offensive line. They're averaging 4 sacks a game.
That's true.
You don't do that with a good offensive line.
So
that's just not the case.
I just want to comment on the offensive line thing.
All right, keep it quick. We got to move it along here.
All right,
we're talking props.
Keep going. Go to props then. It's gonna be too long. I just think it's the O-line excuse. I'll just leave it really quick. Yeah. I think it's bullshit for a lot of teams because you see a lot of other teams around the league. The coach schemes the offensive line into a position where they're not vulnerable.
Sure.
Look at the Rams. Like it's you don't need to always have an elite offensive line.
Doug Peterson would be a guy I would have put into that conversation from years past.
Yep.
So we'll leave it at that. We don't know what's going on there this year. Yep. Our prop, Emron, you got Anthony Miller and I got Robbie Anderson. We're all tied up, baby.
Did he get one last?
He got one this week.
Okay.
He got no love whatsoever, but he got one.
We talked about this one last week, and Justin's like, haha. I was like, well, actually, touchdown-wise, Anthony Miller got 2.
I thought with the year that Robbie Anderson was having, I must have been leading this one by like 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, and it was and what I got lucky on was that it's touchdowns, and for all the catches and yards Robbie Anderson's getting, he's not scoring touchdowns. I mean, he's got 2 now, but with Miller, I don't think he's dropped 2. He's caught as many as he's dropped this year, so I think he's probably
Mitch gets back into the lineup though.
Mitch is starting on Sunday.
He is starting.
He is starting on Sunday.
I'm willing to put money. He's starting.
He is starting. I saw it break.
Let's go. Fire up Mitch.
Yeah, it's.
I did not see that. Breaking
I don't know if
Mitch
it was official, but all the beat reporters I follow are saying that it's most likely they're going to try to, I think, frame it as Foles being hurt. If they shift their offense to what it was the first 3 weeks when Mitch was in, where they were run heavy and they were setting up to succeed, I could see him. And their schedule is really easy down the stretch. So with the last six games, they have 2 against the Packers. They play the Vikings again. They play the Lions. They play the Jaguars. They play the Texans. Opportunities are going to be there.
Wow.
And the last game against the Packers, if the Packers clinch the first seed, right, or if they have whatever the seed is, what if they have the first or second clinched? Only one team gets a bye this year. If no matter what happens, the Packers can only be the second seed. They may rest people and say, I mean, what is there to gain for us in this game, right? We got to play again next week.
Jake says, let's go, Mitch. 284 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's go.
I'm riding it, man.
I'm riding whatever gets us a win.
Who are the Bears playing?
Green Bay.
Oh,
Green Bay on Sunday night is a house of horrors.
Honestly, I don't think Mitch will be able to stand upright. The Smith brothers are pretty savage.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that game. Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. With the prop though, I mean, if the Bears get into literally like garbage time of the season, hey, maybe Anthony Miller can take advantage. And also, some teams resting some starters.
And Teddy's status is going to be interesting because even when he was healthy, right?
Robbie practicing full today.
Yeah, well, he did. Well, actually, if you look at it this way, Robbie Anderson's caught the same amount of touchdowns for PJ Walker from Teddy Bridgewater.
True, not wrong.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a good finish. Mine are going to be razor thin with Nick and Emron here, and then the last one we have is as a group, which is total touchdowns for the season. I'm sitting in the basement with Mike Thomas. Just tell me that, before week 1. Nick, what you got?
Nuke Hopkins.
The leader.
4?
I think so, yeah.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5 receiving touchdowns. And Emron, you got Kenny Galladay, who really, he's got 2, right?
He's got 2. He's just not healthy. And
you got a live option at least. I'm dead in the water. Like, you're a floating fish. Like, I'm like in the frying pan.
I mean, you could catch and pass me this week. I mean,
realistically, I could, but is it going to happen? Like, I mean,
with Taysom Hill, no, because I think he's going to be rushing like he did last.
But I mean, he targeted.
He got a ton of targets.
Yeah, absolutely. But Mike Thomas isn't that breakaway receiver. He's a possession. He's a true possession receiver.
And when they get down in the red zone, it's all Taysom Hill and Kamara. So I'm not feeling good about it. And
Cook.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, fuck, Manny Sanders is getting
basically anybody but Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just play decoy.
Unless it's a 5-yard slant.
Yeah. Hashtag slant boy. So I think that's all of them, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
all.
That's all.
All right, you guys. One of you guys want to start with the injury updates? Take it from the top.
Yeah, I'll take it. Jerry Judy limited with the ankle and Achilles.
Ugh.
That sucks. Ridley limited with foot. I think he's going to play, to be honest.
I think it'll be good.
Julio limited with hamstring. Who knows with a hamstring? Mark Andrews limited with a thigh.
I think he's gonna be all right.
Bernard did not practice with a concussion. That's
I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
practice.
Gio might be out.
Yeah. So me and Nick were talking up some Samaje P. Ryan might be a sneaky ad after waivers have cleared.
He's from Washington. He'll definitely do really well because that's pretty normal.
Leave him pop off.
Yeah, for real.
They are playing the Giants, so
Well, they got Blake Martinez there. He's pretty solid.
Yeah, their defense has been pretty good recently.
Yeah.
Actually,
Watkins, he was full practice.
Mhm.
Ahmed did not practice, shoulder, bummer. Miles Gaskins full red jersey. We'll see. Eckler limited return. I saw some videos. He looked pretty good, to be honest.
Mhm.
But they might just take their time because Herbert's just lighting up the scoreboard.
same thing with Gaskin. Like, I'm not sure if they necessarily put him in right away.
Mhm.
I've seen everybody on social media today just trying to bury Salvin Ahmed like it's Salvin Ahmed season's
Release
over.
release him.
I mean, Gaskin, he just got back. I don't know why they would try to rush him.
yeah. And I think the other thing we saw when Gaskin was out, Howard got cut.
Mhm.
Breida's not getting more touches, so
Mhm.
if anything, Ahmed's going to be that second running back, so he'll still have a role. And then
Yeah, and he came back from that injury in the game.
And I think as good as for Eckler, I mean, Chargers are out of it, but as good as that offense has been, they've really missed that dynamic running back. They've kind of had, Kelly, Jackson, Balaj. They've had a few people in there, but I think Eckler can make that offense, and I think Herbert even better when he gets back in.
Montgomery from the Bears, the running back, cleared protocol. I saw that he was going to play.
Mhm. Good to go.
Randall Cobb, IR, CMC limited with shoulder. Man, he's been in and out. I mean,
It sounds like he's going to be back though.
why rush him back? That's my question. I mean, Bridgewater, he's full for me. Why rush him back? PJ led him to a win. If you can get a dirty win, go ahead, do it.
Mhm.
John Brown did not practice ankles. Zach Ertz, week 12 return questionable. Edelman, he's still not cleared to practice.
Mhm.
Well, Michael Pirine, IR. Frank Gore season. Here we go.
Fire him up.
Galladay, what? Galladay's out. That's a bummer.
Yeah, he's out this week. He's already called out.
Yep.
That sucks.
It's
It's weird because he was practicing on a limited basis yesterday.
I think it was the same thing last year.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
practicing,
Yeah,
and I don't know what
absolutely
it
the
is.
same.
Maybe they just need to keep him out of practice and just actually give him the time off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Swift limited. Thursday return questionable. Juju limited for foot. You got Eckler up there twice.
Oh, sorry.
Motzer, Raheem Motzer, he's back at practice. That's good to hear. Rashad Penny, return next week to practice. That's kind of a non-starter for me. He hasn't done anything for me in the NFL, unfortunately.
Yeah, just something to look out for. Juju's also going to be good. It looks like he's going to be ready to go. Juju, as well as Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and various other Steelers taking to social media.
Saw that.
Pretty upset about the result of Baltimore Ravens COVID breakout.
Mhm.
Looks like this game's getting moved. Was it Monday afternoon?
Thursday, Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon?
Unless it got moved again.
What's that?
It was Sunday afternoon when I saw it
I saw
earlier.
it Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You
Saturday?
said Monday.
Monday.
Oh, sorry. Sunday.
I wouldn't mind a Monday
afternoon
night doubleheader though.
game.
No,
I don't
not
know.
on Mondays.
Yeah, I prefer just into the mix.
the-
If it's a Thursday game, just get it into the Sunday mix.
Week 1 is okay for the doubleheader because it's the
Mhm.
beginning of football. But other than that, that's like a marathon to watch football. But you're just so hyped for week 1, it's okay. You know?
Yeah. You're willing to put in the time.
Yeah.
You've been waiting, especially after the summer we had this year. Dear God,
Yeah.
you were definitely itching for some football. You would have taken was it the Panthers and Lions game? Team actually getting shut out. And when does that actually happen?
Yeah.
You would have taken any of those games during that time. A couple up there that I wrote off to the side. McLaurin, he was limited, and Balaj was limited as well. I think both of them are going to be good to go. I'm not too worried. But McLaurin is going into tomorrow's game. They still got that matchup with the Cowboys. Let's go ahead and get into that. Can you scroll up this monitor there?
Sure, sir.
There we go. So we got the Texans. We're doing our Thanksgiving preview here. Texans and the Lions. Lions hosting Houston. +3 on the spread for the Lions. Home dogs. +152 on the money line. Total here is at 51. Instantly, what do you guys think about the total? Can both teams drive the number? Lions coming off a goose egg.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think Houston can drop into this fine. Both defenses aren't good, but
Mhm.
the 0 on Sunday was really shocking to me from the Lions because the Panthers defense isn't really all that. So the under is what I would stick with on this one, and yeah, I think the Texans got this. The Lions just they briefly showed a moment of life when they were 3-3, which seems like months ago, but it's still Matt Patricia coaching this team, so.
I'm going to say over. I'm going to say Matt Stafford. He's going to come out pissed off because
It's Thanksgiving.
yeah, it's Thanksgiving. He's not going to get shut out. Everybody's talking about Detroit Lions need to stop being given Thanksgiving games. Aaron Rodgers.
I said that.
Yeah, I saw other people doing it, but Aaron Rodgers also was shouting him out, saying he deserves a lot more respect than what he's given. So, DeAndre Swift, he's out, but they got AP. He'll be able to come in and give at least 50 yards, maybe a touchdown, and wear down some defenders.
Eat some clock.
Yeah, Marvin Jones, he's a deep threat. Let Deshaun Watson let Matt Stafford just bomb the ball to him and take it to the house. So I'm going to take the over because it's Thanksgiving.
Fair enough. I'll ride it with you, Nick. I'll say that the Lions they show some pride, at home. That might even be one of their team slogans or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
It should be win games, fire Patricia, but I digress. Yeah, I'll take the over here too. Why not? It's Thanksgiving. Stafford and company going to try to have a little bit of fun. I could see it too, where they actually do, try to bury the ball on the ground, and that could play to the theme of the under. But I think the Texans will drive the number. The Lions aren't going to be trying to run the ball if they're down 14, right? So I'll take the Texans in a win. I'm not going to play with the spread here. I don't know about you guys, but I'll take the Texans on the money line. Give me the over. That's about it.
If it's going to hit over 51, I don't think it's going to be a real close game.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
I agree.
So, yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a shootout, I feel.
What do you think about the spread or the winner here, Imran?
Oh, I took Texans.
You took Texans?
Lions, I don't trust them at all. They just keep getting blown out.
Yeah. Even if it was a close game,
up.
how could you trust them to close it out, right?
Yeah, the field goal, I think that's really easy for the Texans. They were 2-point dogs last week against the Patriots, who are a better football team than the Lions, and they won by 7 there. I think they're gonna win this by more than 3.
Yeah, I like to hope that they're a better football team than the Lions here, especially after that game up against the Patriots. But 3 teams like the Lions, the Texans, and the Patriots, you really just don't know what you're getting from them any week. But
nope, correct.
I feel confident in the Texans this week. I'll take some recency bias and favorability in Deshaun Watson here. Sitter starts, for the Lions. Are you firing up Matt Stafford? Is the matchup juicy enough for you, Nick?
I think the defense bad enough for it. Matt Stafford, he's been toiling in Detroit in their mediocrity. He was there when Megatron was there, and he's still just slinging the ball around.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he's going to get shut out, but it just kind of blows. I think he's going to just light it up. So, yeah, I'm going to start him.
How about you, Imran?
Yeah, I'm starting in a couple leagues. I have him on 2 teams where it's a 2-quarterback league, so don't.
So you're invested.
I'm invested. I'm kind of stuck with them.
You kind of need the over here.
Yeah, but I could still. I lean the
you
over.
Can manage.
Well, usually you don't get what you want, right?
It's true.
But
you can't have it both ways.
No, but in a single quarterback league, I'm sure there's other options. Mm-hmm. It's just not that the matchup is good. They have enough weapons to score, but it's just we're getting to the dog days of fantasy, right? Like we're in the last few weeks where every win is important.
Options are limited.
Yeah, and so unless you have a better option. You kind of may have to just play it.
Yeah, I'm going to say to ride him out. AP, Swift. It seems like Swift could make it, but he's questionable. I think they really need him in the lineup to grab a W. Yep. If Swift is starting, I'm going to say to fire him up. If you're probably going to need him. If you have deeper bench capital, yeah, sure. Maybe you can start a Chase Claypool over him in some leagues for sure, right? Other running backs there. Are you interested in starting any of them? Carry on, AP, Swift.
Not carry on. If Swift is out, I'll start AP.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be a great last flex option,
mm-hmm.
or maybe a DFS play for a cheaper option to use that salary elsewhere. But yeah, I'm not going to touch carry on. He's a bum.
What about you, Imran?
I'd have to be desperate. Swift's my guy. If he's hurt, then I'm probably. if it's a deep league, I might try AP because hopefully he gets like a touchdown.
For the pass catchers there, TD Hawkinson and Jones. That's about it.
That's
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone else. Amendola's out of this matchup too.
Ugh,
I can't tell you to dig deep for a Quinton Cephas.
no,
I mean, if you're watching us and you're
he's not an old meat Zacchaeus.
yeah, I mean, there was one week he had like 8 or 10 targets. It was crazy, but it's been a
Yeah.
long time. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since he's had that type of workload. So, I mean, if you're in a 16-team league and you're watching the show, first off, thank you. Go ahead and like the video, share the video. But secondly, that's about it. Like that's the only option. You could plug a guy in like that. Can't dig that deep in 12, 14-team leagues. For the Houston Texans, I think we're all in agreement. We're firing up all of Deshaun Watson this week. Going to be a great matchup for him.
Yep.
I would be high on a rushing touchdown prop for him again this week.
Okay.
I'll take that. Make $1 holler on a Watson prop. What about Duke Johnson? You guys firing up some more Duke Johnson this week?
No.
Unless if that's my best option, then sure. It's just
You got to be really grasping.
yeah. It's just I've been wanting Duke Johnson to be good for so many years. It's just so hit or miss.
I was trying to think of somebody to throw out there. Like a comparison. Can't.
skill wise or
No, just like another player. Well, would you take Adrian Peterson or Duke Johnson, Nemron?
I would take Frank. I have Frank Gore over Duke Johnson.
Okay, so you'll start Frank Gore over the Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it.
I probably would too with P Ryan being out.
I started even without P right now.
Well, I think for
Touchdown.
for Peterson, I mean, if Swift's out tomorrow, I think Peterson has a chance to get you a rushing touchdown.
Mhm.
With Johnson, I just don't know. I just don't know what his role really is going to be.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Receivers there, Cobb to the IR. Kenny Stills banged up. I think everyone's obviously starting Fuller and Brandon Cooks here. Don't see any reason why anyone wouldn't.
Yep.
But is anyone else firing up some Kiki Kute? I'll make $1 holler on some Kiki Kute.
Sure.
I wouldn't. I think the tight ends may have a better chance of scoring a touchdown.
Could be some elevated workload for
Jordan
Fells
Akins,
and Akins, right? It's you don't like it?
If someone's high on them, they're probably not going to do well. So that's kind of like
You really do have to pick your poison, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get both firing on all cylinders. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
And I would imagine both are probably available in waivers.
Probably. Yeah.
Like in your league, both of them are available this week.
I gave him 1 week chance and they blew it. I was like, done.
Yeah, that's pretty
They
much
had a
how it
very
goes.
short leash with
Yeah,
me.
I think that leash is pretty short for everybody. Like, oh, they did well. Okay, you got one more.
Yeah.
Not this week. Okay, you're done.
Yep.
Pretty.
Cut.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's it for that matchup. Second matchup on Thanksgiving, we're looking at the football team and the Cowboys. Looking at the Cowboys as favorites, home favorites. Again, home field playing an odd, advantage here with no fans. Or do they have fans?
They have
in
fans
Dallas?
in Texas.
They do have fans in
I
Texas.
think it's 25% capacity,
Oh, 25%.
which is a lot because their stadium is huge.
Whatever. I still don't feel like that's a huge competitive advantage. I don't know what it is, but home field constantly playing an advantage on these lines. Regardless, 3 points on the spread towards the Cowboys, minus 147 on the money line. Total here is at 46 points. I like the total. I like the over here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can see that. The Washington football team, I think right now they have the number 1 pass defense, but their rushing attack has been somewhat suspect. I think it's more like
subpar.
Yeah, I think it's more middle of the pack. I think it's going to be a big game for Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard too. I might fire both of them up just to see what happens.
Damn.
Andy Dalton, I feel he's coming in more to his role as quarterback with the Cowboys. I think he's trying to avenge what happened with getting a concussion last go around against the Washington football team. I have no hope for the Washington football team. I do like Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson would be a great play because the Dallas defense is awful on the rush defense. So definitely fire him up. Maybe some Logan Thomas. But I'm still going to take the Cowboys win on the back of Ezekiel Elliott.
What do you think, Emron?
I'm actually going with the under here as well. I think it's going to be more of a grinded out game.
So Nick and I are both on the over.
I know.
You are alone on the under.
Yep, so just like the last game. But this one I think is going to be more of a grinded out game. And so I think I like the under. I think what McCarthy's also doing is he's designing this offense around Andy Dalton's strengths. They don't want to air it out like 30 times a game. I think so. You're going to see more.
Shouldn't try to.
Yeah, I think they're going to see more Zeke this week. And like Nick said, I think you can see some Tony Pollard. Who had a big touchdown last week, I think.
42 yards.
Yep.
Banger.
So I think the under's my play here. For the spread, I'm actually going the football team +3. I don't think Dallas is good enough to win by more than them. I think this is going to be a close game, so I do like the +3 for the football team.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over. I'm riding the football team. We got our division prop. I'm riding the football team. I need to win this week. Your Giants got a big upgrade with Joe Burrow out, so I'm feeling the pressure. Emron, you're taking the loss, bud. Seahawks are coming to Philly.
Fuck the Eagles.
Or it might be the other way around. I don't know. It might be. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really. The Seahawks are coming to Philly, but
did you bet on the Eagles again?
Yeah, you picked
for the NFC East.
Yeah, for the NFC East.
I mean, look at the teams. I mean, it's a dart throw.
I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
let's go football team. Go Alex Smith. I'm gonna take the football team. I guess +3. I'll take the +3. That's not terrible. Lose by field goal, lose by 2. I don't hate that. Below anything less, no. 1.5, 2.5, 2. Not touching anything less than 3. I like that. I like the over here. Sitter starts. I'm still not comfortable firing up Andy Dalton. I know they threw three touchdowns last week, but this is a different secondary. This is a different passing defense in the football team. It's their strength, their backbone of their defense, their identity. Not trying to touch Andy Dalton this week. I kind of like the idea of Pollard and Zeke. I don't know about in my fantasy team, but in DFS, I might be sniffing something. I've been doing the McKissick and the Gibson pairing. I might be sniffing out the Pollard and Zeke with you this week, Nick.
One thing that people should know about the Washington football team, they're probably number one due to their pass rush defense, not their pass defense. Defense. Their corners aren't exactly the best of the group. It's their pass rush. They get up the field really fast and they close the pocket really fast. With they got Kerrigan that comes in spot duty, but he has like one of the highest efficiencies sack per snap. And then they also have Chase Young, Montez Sweat, John Allen, Tim Settles coming into his own. But they're really good at getting up the field. But if they're not exactly the best at stopping the rush, which is going against that. So as soon as they get upfield, someone's already running past them. So I think they're going to really hammer Ezekiel and hammer Tony Pollard. I think that the receivers are going to be fantasy relevant in a sense, but I'm
ready to start all 3.
No, not all 3. I'm going to say just Amari and CD.
Yep.
I love Gallup. I really do. But, man, it sucks how he's kind of like the odd man out when Dak's out.
He is.
And it's unfortunate.
Even Dalton Schultz got a touchdown last week.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz, he's definitely going to be relevant.
I think he's worth a start again.
Yeah.
I picked him up on waivers on a really bad team last week and started him. Got me a random win.
Do you think that he will start over Blake Jarwin next year when he comes back?
He should. I mean, he's been doing pretty well.
That's interesting.
When has Blake Jarwin ever blown our hair back?
People were really high on him, like coming into.
He's a name. I mean, he's never really lived up to anything.
Yeah,
I mean, he tore. What do you do? Like tore his Achilles or something like that?
That's this year, but I mean, the years past as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been there. I mean, Dak went off last year. He didn't. He wasn't a thing last year, so. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think Dalton Schultz has kind of earned the spot. He's been doing well on a bad team, realistically, right?
Yeah.
I'd fire up those guys. I do have Gallup also as a last man out. Are you on the same page there, Emron?
Yeah, it's just I don't think this is a matchup for 3 receivers. I think like I mentioned earlier, McCarthy's going to design the game plan per opponent. Vikings have a weak secondary, so that's why I think we saw more of a CD and Coop in that game. I think this week it's just going to be a different game plan.
Jake was asking if we had mentioned Logan. Nick referenced Logan Thomas, right? Yeah, he was mentioning Dallas giving up touchdowns at tight ends in the past 4 games. No Logan. Run blocks for Zeke. All right, cool. For the football team, I'm not saying to start Alex Smith, but 2 quarterback leagues, it's a deep option.
You can absolutely start Alex Smith against the Dallas defense. It's just because they're terrible. I would say don't start the second receiver. Like I'm not going to start like a Steve Sims or a Cam Sims. I'm going to stick. If Terry McLaurin is going to be in, which I think he is, because
He should be.
Technically to Washington, it's a huge rivalry game, but no one really cares about this rivalry anymore.
For the division.
It's for the division, whatever. And anyway, but
some division.
I would definitely play Terry McLaurin, but the other guys I would kind of stay away with. It's just always a different ball game when these two teams line up. And with the name changes, it's not going to be the same, but I think there's still a little of bad blood between the two.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the rivalry is still there. The name's different, but I mean, especially with the hit that Dalton took last time they played, and the Cowboys receivers were just kind of
but they got no reaction.
Looking out of there. I'm hoping they come out with a little bit of more fight. But I agree. I think Smith is a good start this week, and I think that the Terry McLaurin, just like last time, I think he's going to burn him. I think he's like top 5 in receiving yards this year. He's having an awesome season.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. I'm also high on Gibson and McKissick both.
Yep.
If the Cowboys are driving the number, then McKissick should have a role. You should, going forward, kind of game plan for McKissick. If you believe that the football team will chase points, if they're going to be in the game, then McKissick should have a role. If you think it's a type of game that it could be a slow, burn it out, lack of offense type of situation, football team goes up and they can park the bus, maybe sit McKissick this or that week. This week, I'm firing up both of them again. McKissick did pretty well last go around up against the Cowboys. So did Gibson. Gibson's first game over 100 rushing yards. It finished with like 128, I believe. So firing up both of those guys, firing up Terry. And I agree, not trying to pick which one of these back-end football team flyers is going to pop off. It's a lottery ticket. Cam Sims, Steve Sims, one of them could come down in the end zone with a touchdown, but you're really betting on which one it's going to be. I don't think anyone's giving a ton of confidence to either one. Gun to my head, I'll take Cam Sims this week. Maybe he finds a random one, but it could be on a very limited workload, like 2 targets, 3 targets for a touchdown. Touchdown dependent option entirely. So I don't love it.
The deepest I'm going to go is Logan Thomas.
Sure,
that's the deepest I'm going to go. Deepest is Logan Thomas and J.D. McKissick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
That's my floor.
That's fair. All right, so that's our Thursday preview for Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys get some value in that. Enjoy your Thanksgiving football watching experience. We will be 1 game short. Do you guys just want to do the Ravens and the Steelers now since we're getting into the Sunday game?
Yeah, sure.
We don't have a bet line or anything like that, because I don't believe it's actually on the board.
Because of the move, I think.
Yeah, because they moved the game and we don't have as much information about it. So
that's
it's
not
just
even
Dallas.
Yeah, it's not going to be up there. So I'll just ask you just very, very quickly. Let's say Dobbins and Ingram are healthy. Let's say the Ravens are right. We'll say Calais Campbell isn't there because he hasn't been there and he's on a COVID list now. Obviously, the Steelers are all correct. No significant injuries, no COVID-related players, right? Who's your winner here? Who's going to pull out a win?
Steelers.
Ravens.
Ooh.
So that was my one of my best bets that'll be dropping tomorrow. So give you a sneak peek. And last week I called the Titans beating the Ravens. This week, and it's really just a gut feeling, right? On paper, the Steelers are better, right? Are just playing better on every facet right now. But I think the Ravens are really desperate right now. They've lost 2 straight games now. I think 3 or 4. They're not doing good. They need this one really badly. They're all of a sudden, I think, in 3rd place in that division now, behind Cleveland, who's got a cupcake schedule, who's on their way to 10 wins. So the Ravens really need this game. They're desperate, and the Steelers are 10-0, right? And I don't think the way they're coached and the way they're prepared, it's not going to be a lack of preparation. I think just Baltimore is going to be really desperate in this game. They need it, and I think they'll pull off the upset.
I don't know. I smell the desperation. I definitely feel it. I'm a Lamar Jackson owner. I feel it a little bit too. I need to get over this hump this week. Yeah. I believe the schedule for the Ravens does actually clear out a little bit. Like I think
they go Dallas next.
Yep, Dallas, and then I think the Bengals after that. Like it clears up a little bit. And shit, the Bengals without Joe Burrow. I was just talking up the Giants. Like shit, that's gonna be a home run for Lamar.
Yeah.
As long as he survives this matchup up against the Steelers, because I'm taking the Steelers. I think they're gonna be out for blood. I think it's gonna be more of like finish him, like Mortal Kombat style. Like the Steelers are pissed off. They have taken to social media. They're not happy about this whole, no bye week 1. Now they got this situation where it's like, okay, we don't got a bye week, but now we got this infected team that's not following protocol. That's not, living up to or taking pride or whatever, being, quote unquote COVID free, right? Like the Steelers haven't had really any issues other than like, what was it? Ben and Jesse, who was the tight end?
Ebron?
No, it was the other.
McDonald.
Yeah, Vance McDonald got COVID, and Big Ben had a scare, had a flare up. But other than that, not too many concerns. I think the Steelers will take it. I will take whatever over there is available. I think there will be points to be had, but I think the Steelers come out on top.
No, see, you're absolutely right, Emron, when you say that the Ravens are desperate, but also Lamar is desperate, and you're going to see him exactly how we see Wentz. He's going to try and do things that he's not normally going to try and do because he's trying to win the division. He's trying to show that the Ravens are a team, but unfortunately, the offensive coordinator is not going to change up the game plan. It's going to be the same shit over and over again. Everybody keeps hoping that Lamar is going to change or not change, but turn the page and actually put his foot on the accelerator and become the MVP. But he's trapped in a glass vase of Greg Roman's play calling and is not allowing him to do his MVP stuff. So I'm going to keep it simple this week and say that the Steelers win, and they're going to basically try and beat the shit out of Lamar Jackson. And plus, they are pissed about COVID. And it's not like the Bills are upset about the Titans. This team is 10-0. They haven't had a bye week at all. This was supposed to be their bye week. It's gone now. Now they're extremely pissed. It's going to be a tough season for them, but I think the Steelers are a very good program. I think that they're coming to just knock some heads.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Steelers will take it. We'll see what happens, though. I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Ravens are hungry, like Emron referenced. They're going to be motivated.
It's a big rivalry.
But desperation isn't going to do it, though. You know, desperation doesn't cash checks at the end of the day, unfortunately. I think it's going to be there, and hopefully we do see something different. Hopefully Greg Roman does, the light switch turns on, and he changes some things up here, opens up the playbook a little bit more. I loved what we saw out of the RPO with Dobbins last week, just back there by himself with Lamar, getting rid of some of those pistol and wishbone plays and some of that nonsense. I mean, it's not nonsense when they get it right, when they actually move the ball down the field, but it's not working. And when it's not working, come on, you got to change it up.
Lamar is not believing the play calling. I mean, it's pretty normal that defensive players call out the offensive play because that means that they're watching film. I guarantee you Luke Kuechly was screaming out what each team was doing every play. But Lamar Jackson is saying to the press that, that they're calling out our plays and stuff like that.
Right.
He's not believing in the play calling. That's really what he's saying. Like, dude, we got to change up some stuff. And Greg Roman's just kind of stuck in his ways right now. Like, they are probably going to go to the playoffs. I'm not saying that they aren't, but they're not going to win the division basically because they're they're the worst passing offense in the league. They're not going to get right with that with the Steelers. That doesn't make any sense. Like if it was the Jets, I can understand that.
Sure.
But with the Steelers, absolutely not. It's a different ball game. It's a division game. And I think that they're going to struggle because they're so one-dimensional.
Might not be the week to find your identity, right?
Yeah, like why are you going to do that against the Steelers?
Driscoll in the chat referencing that Claypool and Deontay would be a nice little parlay this week for touchdowns. Jake's been hitting these wild ones. Jake's been hitting these big numbers here. He's been throwing like random texts me. He's like, I don't know, just random guys. It'll be like 4 guys. I need a touchdown from this guy. Watching it, bang, bang, bang. Oh, hey, look, Jake hit. Jake hit.
Nice, Jake.
There goes my Darius Slayton missing his catch prop for a catch. That's great.
He's projected like 10 points this week, and I just don't see it. I don't get it.
Darius Slayton.
Yeah, like I mean,
pretty much every week.
I understand it's the Bengals, but it's just that he's not getting targeted.
He instantly busts off. He's like TD props. Fuller, Akins, Hawkinson, Swift, if he plays. Zeke, Lamb, Gibson, Scary Terry. Driscoll's picks.
Wow.
Touchdowns. They're going to hit.
Free picks for you guys. Write them down.
You're welcome. All right, next matchup, we got the Raiders visiting the Falcons. 3-point spread here, 54-point total. Ooh, that's a big number. I don't know if I like that number. What do you guys think? That doesn't give me a ton of comfort. Is this an easy one? Is it a home run? What do you think?
I like the over in this game. I think the Raiders, their offense has been lighting it up the last few weeks. I think the Falcons can do just enough at home. They got to just get into the 20s. So 54 doesn't bother me. And I think the -3 for the Raiders, although they're on the road, I think they're 5-1 on the road this year. I think the -3, it's an easy number for me to take for the Raiders and that over.
What do you think, Nick?
I'm going to say the over because against the Chiefs, they showed that, against technically a championship defense, they were able to score some points. The Atlanta Falcons are on the opposite side of the spectrum on the defense. So They might try and like pound it out a little bit, but they got Nelson Aguilar on the outside. They got Hunter Renfro.
Mm-hmm.
They got Henry Ruggs. Is Henry Ruggs still in playing?
Yeah, he's playing. He's
Okay, good. Yeah,
stretching the field.
He's just a decoy.
But he's there.
It's working.
Yeah,
it's working.
Yeah, so I think that they're definitely going to try and open up against this team. I think with this, they're going to try and basically kind of like stat pad in a way. They're going to try and get some confidence against the Atlanta Falcons because they're not a top defense. They're not a good defense. And I think they're going to try and get their passing game some confidence with it because I saw a lot from them against Kansas City, and I was very impressed. So if they kind of like take a step back against Atlanta, it kind of shakes confidence with the Raiders.
Okay, yeah, I'm all over the Raiders this week. Give me them on the spread -3. It's a favorite bet for me this week. I'll take them on the money line as well if you just want to keep it simple. I don't know how I feel about the over though. The Falcons, they're not impressing me. They're not doing anything that great. Julio Jones, he could be out this week. If he's not in, I'm definitely taking the under. If Julio's there, maybe, but it's just not a number that I love. Nothing that I would put personal money on. So I would say to stay away or take the under. I think that the Raiders, like we kind of saw with the Broncos, when they're playing a team that's just subservient, that they're just better than, I think that they can actually park the bus, pound the ball into the ground with Jacobs, even Devontae Booker we've seen. I think that could be a sneaky under there. So I'm going to take the under and the Raiders on the spread. Are you guys ready to start Matt Ryan? Are you good?
No. He's fallen off.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Especially depending on the status of Ridley and Julio. The Raiders defense, they're okay, right? They can be had. But the Falcons are just, they're not healthy. If Julio and Ridley were healthy, I'd say go for it. But even with them playing, them not being 100%, I don't like it.
I don't really love it either. And if that's what I'm saying, sometimes like when we look at these numbers, like when you look at like the over-under, you're like, oh yeah, offense, it should be there. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. What about Matt Ryan? What about Todd Gurley? They're stinky. They're doo-doo. They suck.
He didn't score a touchdown last week.
I think Todd Gurley can still score 2 touchdowns. Like that's absolutely possible. That's kind of like
of course it is.
In the red zone
it could very well happen on 6 carries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you have? 8 carries this last week?
Something like that.
Yep.
Nothing. What are you doing? What are you paying this guy? What, $10 million a year? $12 million a year?
Didn't they take the contract from the Rams like he had signed with the Rams? Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'll take it. Dude, that was so like his stats technically are there, but they're not helping the team. Like it's not like they
do not equate to victories.
Yeah, and that's kind of a bad running back, and I wouldn't want that on my team. No offense to Todd Gurley, he's gonna get his stats, he's gonna hit his quotas basically, but he's not a running back I want.
Yeah, realistically here, I'm only looking at Ridley and Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
If Julio starts, you got to start Julio. I mean, I'm not saying to bench Julio, but realistically, I don't think Julio is going to be a go. Even if he is, he came back in that last game pretty much just playing, decoy. That's it.
Yep.
So I'm not confident in him to get back. We've seen him earlier in the season, being in and out of the lineup. Technically, on paper, he's healthy, but then we watch the game, and that's just not the case. He's not getting the snaps, limited workload, just running, beelines outside the numbers, and that's it. It's just not there for me. So, yeah, I really only feel comfortable with Ridley and Hayden Hurst. Opposite of them, I'm firing up all of Derek Carr. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Derek Carr this week. Let me ask you something. I'm in a situation here, boys. Derek Carr or Lamar Jackson?
Derek Carr.
Hey, Derek Carr, the better matchup. I have a lead. Yeah.
It's so hard.
No, it's really not, man. You got to look at trends. I have a league where I took
take the name off the back. I know it.
I had to do it where I took Lamar early. It was like my second round pick. It was a 10-team league, so I was really high on Jackson coming in the year, and I picked up Justin Herbert in the middle of the year. I haven't started Jackson in a month. It sucks.
Wow.
It really sucks.
Wow.
It really sucks. But I mean, Herbert's on fire, and Jackson,
I'm riding that train too. Yeah. I just don't have Lamar Jackson on the fucking bench.
I mean, it really sucks, but I've been trying to trade him to somebody else.
Man, I'm so glad I chose Patrick Mahomes instead of Lamar
To
Jackson.
be fair, his playoff schedule is pretty appetizing. If you can stick it out, but I mean, when you're just trying to get some wins, you have to just. It sucks, because I invested such a high pick in him, but.
Right.
I mean, the guy I picked up off waivers has been a fucking stud who's going to set, I think, every rookie passing record ever.
Well, that's a very good example. I will try my best to take your guys' advice as I absolutely should. I'm just stuck in my own brain. I'm stuck. I'm in my own way here.
Yeah, you just gotta look at it too. The matchup's not good. I mean, if the matchup was
great
good
for Carr, it's like the offense or the defense that gives up the most points to the quarterback.
Yeah,
it's like, wow, could I not? All right, how about this one? Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson? Because it's a two quarterback lead.
Goff.
Goff has the Niners.
Goff.
I mean, I have Cup. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be starting Goff. So
I think I'd take Goff. I mean,
it's so hard.
Lamar Jackson hasn't even passed over 200 yards. That's anemic for a quarterback.
Electric boogie woogie.
But
can happen anytime.
But he's a quarterback, and if he's a quarterback and he's running for 100 yards, he should have at least 250 to be at least sustainable. He's getting 180.
You're not wrong. I feel all of that. I just feel like, I'm also believing a little bit of what Emron's saying about the motivation and desperation. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's ball out for 300 this week, Lamar.
I mean, I don't think he's ever going to be a consistent 300 yards. I mean, I think he'll have an okay game in fantasy just because, like I said, I think they're going to come out swinging. But, I mean, you just got to look at the matchups. The Niners, when healthy, are a stud defense. They're just missing too many key people.
Sure.
And the Rams are settling to be on having a good run, right? They've got some big wins over the last few weeks, and I think they're going to do it again this week. Their offense, that's a team that, when you talk about offensive playmakers, like we were talking about earlier with O-lines, their O-line's depleted. They got, late round picks starting all over the place, but you can't really tell, right? Because their scheme's so good, and McVay puts everybody in a position to win. So I'd go with Goff. I think he's a good play this week. Versus
I'm gonna let you guys take the wheel. I'm just gonna get in the back seat. I'm gonna let you guys drive the bus on this one. I'll make the change after.
I need to add results may vary.
Thank you for that advertisement there. For everyone else for the Raiders, give me all of Jacobs. Give me Hunter Renfrow even this week. I will take all of Nelson Aguilar. You guys digging for Ruggs?
Please.
No.
Please. I have a weird league where it's 8 teams, but it's 5 receivers. Ruggs is one of them.
Billion pass catchers.
And last time he played the Chiefs, he scored. I was like, all right, they'll scheme him open for a big one, but he's just a fucking decoy. And I think that's one, Justin, where you're what's going to happen, but you still do it anyways. I'm like,
right.
Maybe somebody falls and he scores a touchdown, but it's just, I've just been really disappointed with the usage.
All right, fair enough. Moving on here, we got the Giants and the Bengals. I would have been all over the Bengals with Burrow in the lineup here, but Giants now 6-point favorites on the road. Bengals home dogs plus 225 on the money line, plus 6 on the spread. With is he a rookie, Brandon Allen?
No, he's been in the NFL for a bit. I think he
started
in
Arkansas.
Yeah, I think he started on the Broncos either the last year or the year before last.
I got nothing on him. They got a total here of 43 points. I'm sniffing the under.
Yeah, Dan Jones is going to score 2 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah, I'm going with the under here too. There is just too much uncertainty on the Cincinnati side. Mixon out, Burrow out.
Bernard potentially could be out.
Bernard out. I mean, I just don't know how they're going to score here.
AJ Green's available to be running back.
Well, he scored last week, yeah. So, yeah, who knows? But
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if the Giants can cover the 6. I just don't know if they're good enough to. I think they're
not touching
win.
any of that game.
Yeah, the under is the only thing I'd feel like if I had to play something, I'd play the under.
I mean, realistically, I don't think the Bengals can win.
No,
I just don't want any part of it because I feel like if I jump into that game, I'll to get value. I'll probably bet the Giants and the under. And I'll put those 2 picks together. Just tap the remote real quick, Emron.
Yep.
So I'll put those together, and then I'll probably lose on a point or half a point or something dumb.
Yeah.
So I just don't want any of it. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that one. Who do you got winning this one, Nick? Who's winning the game?
On the spread, I think Cincinnati on the spread will hit it, but I think New York wins for the money line. I if you look at the board that we're looking at right now, the Rams and the San Francisco Giants are only 6.5 spread to the New York Giants and the Bengals. That doesn't make any sense. I see a lot bigger spread between the 49ers and Rams because the Rams are rolling offensively and the 49ers defense, like Emron alluded to, they're hurt everywhere. So that doesn't make any sense. I see the Bengals covering, to be completely honest.
I just don't know where the offense is going to come from.
It's not going to come from anywhere. It's going to be we're saying the under, and it's going to be a 12-15 game.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Randy
ugly
Bullock
game.
season. Fire up all of Randy Bullock this week.
I know it's a different team, but if you guys have followed the Browns games at all, they've been playing in some shitty weather the last 3 weeks, and the unders cashed every week easily. I know it's a different team, but same state, right? So I don't know what the weather's like this week, but that's also going to probably play into
Cincinnati
this.
a little more centrally located, doesn't have quite the lake effect of Cleveland.
Okay.
You know, if we're getting into the geography of the situation here.
It's more southern too.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
breaking into the Midwest, you know, but it is a low plain area. They get them gusting winds coming across them fields. It could be
9-12 then.
Sorry, correction. So yeah, I'm firing up 0 Bengals, 0 Randy Bullock, the pick of the show. The Giants, I mean, I'll take me some Wayne Gallman. Shout out to Driscoll in the chat, calling out the Wayne Gallman 2 rushing touchdown prop in this game. He calls some weird ones, but they're hitting. I'm telling you, they're hitting.
If you're gonna start Lamar Jackson, you should start Daniel Jones too, because Daniel Jones has more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson, I believe.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good matchup against the Bengals. I take Dan Jones' matchup over Lamar's up against the Steelers. Shit.
He should have one more, but he tripped up like 25 yards away, so that was unfortunate.
He ran really far, man.
Give him a break. You could see his legs stretching, like he was.
He was trying to pick
his
them up.
life.
He was trying to pick up those legs, and they wouldn't go any further. Yeah, I think we're keeping it pretty simple here. You know, I mean, I'm not saying to start Dan Jones just because I think there will be better options out there. The other guys, Gallman, Shepard, I'll start, but I don't know about Darius Slayton. What do you guys think? Evan Ingram?
He's Ingram. I've been dying for him to blow up all year. He's just not happening.
Yeah.
He's just not working out. And Slayton, I just feel like he's too reliant on a big play.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shepard is more of a possession guy, so I think one way or another he'll probably get you 3 to 6 catches.
So
it's just the type of player he is. But Slayton, I can't trust him.
Shepard and Gallman, that's about it.
Yeah, and I think
keep it simple.
Yeah, and if you have Ingram in a league, you probably have to start him because he's probably your best option at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those two are the ones I feel okay about.
Yeah, Ingram I feel the least about, but yeah, I'll fire up all of Gallman and Shepard. Next matchup, we got the Panthers plus 3.5 on the spread, visiting Minnesota, visiting the Vikings. Vikings favored minus 195. Over under here is at 51 points. Pretty good number. I think we can hit that one. I like that over. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say the under,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say Carolina wins.
Okay.
I think that Minnesota is kind of riding a little too high for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to get a little too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolina's defense is coming off a high of, shutting down an NFL team. And that's always impressive no matter what team it is, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolina, they might get back CMC. Apparently Teddy Bridgewater is playing. And DJ Moore is coming onto his own. He has scored some fantasy points, man. I've been seeing his stat line. I'm like, man, finally. It took like 8-9 weeks for him to start like hitting his stride. Curtis Samuel, he's also coming on. I just don't see Minnesota's defense being able to handle the weapons of Carolina. And Carolina has been fighting in almost every game. And even when Teddy went down, PJ won a game. So I'm going to take Carolina winning the game. Upsetting.
Yeah, so my pick for this game was if Teddy Bridgewater plays, I was picking the Panthers. If he doesn't play, I'm taking the Vikings. And he's trending towards playing right now, so I'm going to take him. It's a revenge game for him, right? He's coming back to Minnesota, the team that drafted him. And like Nick mentioned, the Vikings defense isn't very good. They did have a fluke little 3-game stretch, right? The Cowboys brought him back down to earth. I think this will be a high-scoring game because the Panthers did shut out the Lions, but I think this says more about the Lions than the Panthers defense, honestly. So I think points will be high in this game. So I'll take the 3.5 and I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm going to take the spread. I think it's going to go either way. I think it's a coin flip, honestly, but I like the Panthers a little bit more. They just look like the better football team in general, but Vikings, they've been rolling. I mean, obviously they took a loss last week to the Cowboys, but regardless, they've looked good.
One thing to mention, I think, I don't know if something changed, but I know Adam Thielen was on the COVID list. I don't know if he's come off it yet.
He hasn't. He got a negative and a positive.
Okay.
Within days of each other. So
yeah. Okay.
I'm going to bet that he actually plays, though. I'm going to bet that he plays. A lot of these situations where these guys are getting taken off, they wind up playing.
Yeah.
Like that. That's just been the trend. So
I know last week Myles Garrett didn't, so it is one to monitor.
Yeah, I think he'll make it into lineup. But yeah, absolutely something to follow going into Sunday. Are you guys ready to still fire up Kirk Cousins? Coming off a big win against Dallas, 3 touchdowns.
No,
they lost though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but Dallas's defense is a lot worse than Carolina.
True.
Yeah, if it's a 2 QB league or if you're really struggling and you have to stream him, I don't hate the matchup. Assuming Thielen plays, but that's only really if you don't have a better option.
Yeah, I'm not with it. I told you last week not to start Cousins, and he actually did well this week. I'm saying it again. This week he won't do well. It's a mixed bag.
Jefferson should do well.
Jefferson had a pretty good week last week. Found pay dirt. That was solid. I think he'll go up. Can just continue his solid production.
Yeah.
that he's had. Overs what I feel most comfortable about in this game. Cousins not so much. Cook, duh. Jefferson obviously if he's starting. Any guys feeling like starting a tight end here? I don't think so.
No, thank you.
Don't think so. Carolina, you guys willing to start Teddy if he's healthy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with it.
I think some good value.
I'm good with it. He was trying his ass off to get back in the lineup last week. So, yeah, I'm with it for sure.
I think the week off was good for him.
Yeah, I'm with it. DJ Moore, Roby Anderson, I think are home runs here.
Yep.
CMC, I'm pretty sure is a home run as long as he's starting, right? No one's actually going to sit him as long as
if he's starting,
playing.
he's playing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Ian Thomas. I don't think any of us are firing up Ian Thomas.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup, we got the Titans and the Colts. Going to be a good one for the division. These teams are tied at the top of the division here. Titans coming in on the road at +3. Colts -160 on the money line, and the over/under is at 52 points. I don't know how I feel about that over with the Colts defense playing as well as it is. Did they hit the over against the Packers?
Oh, they crushed it. Yeah.
Did they? Okay. Yeah, I still don't feel. I feel like the Packers are still a better offense than the Titans. What do you guys think?
Tennessee upsets. I think Indianapolis being a favorite against Tennessee, that's kind of strange because Derrick Henry is just on a different level. Like he just runs over people. There's no way to really stop him. And I don't see Indianapolis being able to stop him. They couldn't stop the Packers offense, which really only has Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Jones. I see Tennessee just lighting them up, and I see it going to the over, to be completely honest. Tennessee's defense isn't really anything to write home about. Jadeveon Clowney is on the IR after not doing absolutely jack shit after holding out. So, I see Tennessee upsetting the Colts.
I'm going to go with the under here because the last time these two teams played, Tennessee started off hot. Then Indy shut them down completely in the second half. I think the Titans do get them back this time, though. I think they're coming off a big win, so they got some momentum going for themselves. And they want to stay in the thick of this AFC playoff race, which is getting pretty heated right now. Right, you got the Browns, you got the Raiders, you got the Dolphins, right? They're all fine fighting for those wild card spots, so they don't want to fall out because only one of these teams can win the division. So I think the Titans bounce back. And use some of the things that Green Bay did last week. Colts do have a good defense, but it's not an indestructible defense. It's got its gaps.
Okay.
So I'm riding with the Titans and Titans +3. In this one, I like the under. I think it is going to be high scoring, but I don't think we're going to get quite to 52.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under, like I mentioned. That's what I like the most in this game. Still a coin flip of a game, but I'm going to go with the Colts. To me, like I said, Packers were a better team. Just beat the better team and really, a really good fashion, right? They were down, showed a lot of pride, came back, put up the points. Every time I doubt Rivers, he throws it in my face. Now, I'm not saying to start him. Like I said, still on the under here. Where are you guys at with this running back situation? Wilkins, Hines, Taylor, feeling comfortable just starting Hines? He didn't really do that much this week. I mean, he did find the end zone, didn't he?
I mean,
he's going to have those random games where he pops off for 10 receptions. I think it's absolutely possible against the Tennessee defense, so I'd fire him up. Jonathan Taylor, he's coming into his own, but I feel like there's more upside with Nyheim Hines because he's more he has more opportunity in space, and Jonathan Taylor is more of the in between the tackles kind of guy.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor has been extremely disappointing this year. Coming in probably like the best offensive line, he just hasn't had that breakout game. I think we've all been waiting for that, right? That big 100, 120, 130-yard game, multiple touchdowns. So they're pretty much in a committee, and I agree with Nick. I think Hines is probably the one. If I had a Trout one, I'd probably be him because I think he'll get some work in the receiving game. But I see when I was watching the game last week with them, the Packers, they had Jordan Wilkins in the red zone. It's just kind of they're all over the place. They're not really committed to anybody.
They're giving Trey Burton carries. Yeah, committed to somebody. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, I think Hines. But Hines does. I think he's the one that has the most consistent role of the receiving back. So he at least has that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hines and just try to keep it simple there. The other guys, they're just not getting the same type of fantasy production like that you just really crave, right? The receptions, the carries. Hines is getting the whole bag, so he's just the one I feel comfortable with. Michael Pittman, Zach Pascal, look no further than that. Are you firing up any Trey Burton or Jack Doyle?
Yeah, both of those guys got a touchdown last week. You got to fire up at least one of them. if you need to take a chance on some. Michael Pittman is probably the lead dog there. Crazy that none of the names that you mentioned said T.Y. Hilton.
I know.
Well, it's not. I mean, you're not fired up.
It's the truth, though.
He's available on waivers, readily available. You can have him.
What a fall from grace, man.
I know.
Reggie Wayne didn't even go out like this.
That's the Andrew Luck effect. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's just he's got a quarter. His skill set is his his speed, and Rivers' arm isn't what it used to be. So it's a damn shame, man. Looking at a stat line, it's just it's a shame.
Does he get cut at this end of this year?
I think they move on because they got Michael Pittman that's coming on.
I think so too, and the way their GM has kind of constructed that team, they're really going with that youth movement and building through the draft. So I think Pittman's the guy there. But I mean Hilton, if he goes to a team like Baltimore, I think that would help him out, right?
I don't know. Does it? I mean,
no.
He's better than anything they got. I mean, I think he'll find a team.
Is he?
I have no doubt that he's probably one of the better receivers on that roster. But it's a play calling. It's a philosophy problem. It's not a skill talent or a player problem. They're boxing their team.
I don't know about putting T.Y. Hilton with a guy that passes less than Phillip Rivers makes him better.
Yeah,
I think it is a skill problem because they don't have a bona fide receiver.
They don't.
You need
correct.
one.
But even with put Marquise Brown with Russell Wilson. Do you think he'd tear it up?
Yes,
exactly.
Well, yes. DK. I mean.
I'm just saying, okay, switch Marquise Brown with Tyler Lockett. Do you think Tyler Lockett has the exact same season inside of the Baltimore Ravens offense? Absolutely not, because they are the worst pass offense.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Statistically, they are. 32nd.
Oh my God, I didn't realize they're actually statistically.
I don't say these stats without having some statistical knowledge behind them. I mean, it's just it's a fact. They're really good at the rushing, but their offense doesn't go vertical. Mark Andrews has barely gotten me over 10 points the entire season, and he legitimately could be an all-star anywhere else in the league because there's just a lot more opportunity elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he was playing in, say, the offense with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Someone who could really use a tight end.
He would kill it.
But I think we're going back to the same thing. That's another offense, though, that has other pieces around them. You got Tyler Boyd, you got T. Higgins, but Andrews is their only thing. So, you could say that the play calling, which probably is bad. I mean, if they're 30-second play calling can't be totally absolved from blame, but you still have to – you need something there.
They do need another weapon there. They don't have a true number one, period. T.Y. Hilton would not be that true number one.
Yeah, he would.
I'm saying he'd be better. He'd be a better complementary receiver than Willie Snead.
Willie Snead's been the guy. He's been getting it done.
I just do not see even the Ravens going from 32 to 31 if T.Y. Hilton was in there instead of Marquise Brown. Right. And that's the truth. And it's just because the philosophy. They're going to run the ball 3 times out of 4. And then throw the ball when they really are in a bad situation with 15 yards. And then they'll do a wheel route to Mark Andrews and have 20 yards. And then they'll go back to the wedges. It doesn't make any sense.
It's firing up Justice Hill on 1 billion screens this week if those running backs don't get right.
Their run pass ratio is messed up. I actually did a lot of information on it. At the time, I think it was week 9 that I did this. And the Baltimore Ravens had a run pass ratio of 68 to the other side, which was 32.
Yeah.
Everyone else really has the opposite. And it was it's a complete philosophy problem in Baltimore. And you're seeing how Lamar Jackson, who was the MVP last year because he was allowed to open up the playbook and throw the ball to his weapons, they put the handcuffs on him this year. I do not know why. I think Greg Roman's ego just got the best of him. It was I'm going to make this. I determine this team's success. He just needs to let the Stallion run, and he refuses to do that.
Yeah, I feel you. We got a little off there with T.Y. Hilton talk. That's okay. I love the passion. I love it. I feel it. Indianapolis, or over the Titans. We already finished the Colts here, but with the Titans, you guys starting Tannehill this week?
Yeah, why not?
I'm firing up Tannehill still.
Yeah, I mean he's been having a pretty good year. So like I said, the Colts defense is good. It's not it's not a benchable one.
It's not kryptonite.
No.
Yeah, I'll take all of Derrick Henry. I think we all are. AJ Brown, Corey Davis. I'll take both of them. Give me all of it. And Johnny Smith got a touchdown last week. Fire him up as well.
Dollar Howard on Berkshire too.
Oh, Anthony Ferkshire. You're getting into that Quentin Cephas territory for me, but Ferkshire, he likes touchdowns.
He
likes
Dollar Howard, man. Dollar Howard.
I could feel that. Maybe some DFS. I could feel that. All right. Next game up, we got the Chargers and the Bills. Chargers coming in as 5.5-point underdogs. Bills minus 240 on the spread. Over under here is at 53. The over seems like it's an absolutely hit on paper, right?
I think the Chargers cover too.
Wow.
They've been in some shootouts.
Yeah.
Like they I think it was like the only teams that have actually been in games that, or they're the only team that's lost 3 games or more of 1 possession or less.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're in games I see, last week, Keenan Allen had 19 targets, which was incredible. And it's just like they know what they're going to do with their offense. They don't really care who's in the backfield with Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to put the ball in Justin Herbert's arm and let him sling the ball around. And really, it's going to go to Keenan Allen, and then it's going to go to Mike Williams. And they just have that nice little formula that they keep it simple. They move the ball down the field. They have their stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the Buffalo's defense can't hold them in. But on the flip side, Chargers defense can't hold Buffalo. So it's going to be young quarterback against young quarterback. I think Josh Allen is going to win, but I think it's going to be a very close game.
What do you think, Emron?
Bills in the over. The Chargers do a good job of losing by 7 or more. So I think they're going to lose by more than 6. So I think the Bills will cover. But, yeah, neither defense is really that good. There's going to be opportunities for big plays all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen and Diggs have been having an awesome year. Diggs is, I think he's 2 now in receiving yards because he missed last week.
Second in receiving yards.
Yeah, because he missed last week only by like a few yards. So he's having a good year in his first year in Buffalo. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game. It's going to be a really fun game. But I think the Chargers are going to lose by 7 to 8. That's just how they are.
So if they put the number up to 7, would you take Chargers plus 7? Well, you said you already take Chargers at 5.5. I was Emron, would you take plus 7?
I need 7.5.
You need 7.5? Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Because when they played the Dolphins, they lost by 8. So it's 8, which is still technically 1 possession. So it's
Let me ask you this: if Eckler is in the game, listed as a starter, you take the 5.5?
No.
Would you take the 7?
7.5. I need it.
Even with Eckler?
Yep.
Can't even get the half point?
Nope.
All right, fair enough. All right. I mean, if the Chargers get Eckler back, I think they could be a sneaky option for a win here. Definitely a cover if Eckler's in. I mean, the dude can eat, and he is a running back that can bury the ball on the ground. Like, he can eat some clock, too. So, I don't know. If Herbert, who's been nothing but electric, gets back Eckler, one of the best running backs from 2019, I have to elevate the roster a little bit. I have to upgrade him somewhat. So, right out of the gate, the way it stands right now, today, yeah, give me the Bills and the over. I'm going to keep it simple there. But Eckler gets back, could be sniffing something a little bit different. I think we're starting everybody in this matchup. Tell me someone who you're not starting for the Bills or the Chargers. Who's staying on your bench? I'm starting Kalen Ballage. I know he's limited, but I'm starting him. Josh Kelly, I'll say to sit him.
No one.
I mean, if they're starters, I mean, I think you start them all.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Singletary. Can you start Devin Singletary? Let's say.
I thought we were talking about the Chargers.
I say everybody in this whole thing, this whole matchup.
I would probably stay off the running backs in Buffalo.
It's just you just don't know who's going to get it. Whichever week it's a true committee. So unless you don't have a better option, I can't see a reason for starting them.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, keep it simple with this one. Ton of points to be had in this matchup. Fire up all your fantasy options. Hammer the over. And I still think the Chargers are probably, still an easy win here. But Eckler comes back, it gets more convoluted for me. Here's a fun one: Dolphins and the Jets. Dolphins visiting New York. Dolphins coming in as 6.5 favorites on the road. Jets home dogs plus 250 on the money line. Over under here is at 44. What do you think, Nick? Any offense to be had here?
Yes, I don't know why, but I feel like the Jets are going to upset Miami.
Oh shit! Jets are getting their dub.
Yeah,
they're getting their win.
I think they are.
Plus 250 is not a bad number.
I have been really disappointed in Tua. I can understand the hype that came about with him, but he hasn't really just like unleashed. And and it might be play calling, it might be him, but he got pulled because his backup Fitzpatrick is better in the 2-minute drill than him. That is not good to hear. I think that the Dolphins are still reeling from last week. They don't really know what happened. They were pretty high on their horse on Twitter and stuff like that. I saw their fans. They were really pumped up. I think that the Jets offense is Darnold out still?
Yep. Going to be Bro Flacco.
So, Bro Flacco, I think he's just going to kind of ball out and just kind of take it to Miami.
Chuck it up there.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Jets upset Miami this week, and I think it's going to go to the under, not because of the Jets, but because of Miami.
What do you think, Imran?
So I'm playing Miami 6.5. It's under 7, so I like that, and I like the under 2 because I don't think the Jets are going to really put it in. The Broncos game was, I think, a bit of a reality check. The Broncos are kind of an team. Like, they're not really horrible. They're not really good either. So them losing in Denver didn't shock me. The one reason I did see the Broncos covering and possibly winning that game was some of the success the Dolphins had against the Chargers, against the Rams. They had 5 defensive or special team touchdowns in those games. 2 of what I call 5 were turnovers that the defender got tackled inside the 1-yard line. So I consider that a defensive touchdown, right? It's basically took you a yard. So that helped them out. You take what you can get, but that's not sustainable. You can't get that every week, and they didn't get that last week. So they're often kind of struggle to compensate. But I think, the Jets, the Jets are the Jets. I just really don't see where the Jets can really just get any offense or enough offense against the Dolphins defense, which is pretty good. And I think Brian Flores is a really good coach. I think he'll have them turned around because, like I said, they're another team. They're in the hunt. They're also in the hunt for that division. They're not too far back of Buffalo. So they need this game, and I think they get right. So I take 6.5, Miami, and the under.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put any personal money on the Jets to win, but I like the take, Nick. I mean, you got to get a win at some point. It's very unlikely, actually, for you to finish a season without a win. That's like super rare. Detroit Lions, only team to do it.
Cleveland did it too.
And Cleveland.
And Cleveland, okay. So it's only been done twice in the history of this fine league. So
I mean,
it's not likely.
I definitely believe that the New York Jets can lose. Like, absolutely.
Well,
It's just when I'm just seeing everything that's going on, and I'm just trying to get the picture of what both teams are coming into this game with. The Dolphins are just like not understanding what happened, and they don't understand why Tua isn't doing what he's supposed to do. I think that was almost like a knee-jerk reaction, like, oh man, we're still in the hunt, so we got to throw in Fitzpatrick because Tua's not going to give us a chance.
Right.
You made that choice 3 weeks ago when you benched Fitzpatrick. Like, you just got to ride or die. Like, I don't know. It's just Miami is just kind of reeling from last week, and I think that the New York Jets are going to take advantage because I have seen some offensive output from Joe Flacco and the offense. Even Frank Gore is getting touchdowns. So they got
healthy receivers too.
Yeah, I think if there's a week right now that they could take advantage of and sneak one in, it's this week.
Yeah, the Dolphins are not like a potent team, we'll say, right? I think this is an opportunity for the Jets to grab their first win. I'm not going to bet on it, but I will take the under, and I'm going to take the Dolphins probably just on a money line. I mean, I don't love the 300 here, but if I'm betting on them, it's going to be in a money line like parlay setup, maybe paired with like the over here. I think that Bro Flacco can drive the number. I mean, he's just been chucking it up. It doesn't really care. I don't think he
has nothing to lose.
I don't think he's concerned about his interception numbers. They're pretty high. So yeah, give me the Dolphins and the over here for the Jets. I'm not starting anyone.
I'm not starting anybody. But
Frank Gore is doable.
Well, yeah, I got to start him. My bad.
Frank Gore is doable. Maybe in a really desperate situation, Denzel Mims, Brashad Perriman. What do you guys think?
Is Crowder out?
Crowder's playing, but he got 3 targets last week. Crowder is not a Joe Flacco guy.
Yeah.
Crowder season's over. Sorry, Jake Seeley. Not sure what happened there, bud.
If you believe in the upset, take Jets quarterback. If you believe in it, then if you don't, then don't stay away from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wasn't even throwing out Joe Flacco's name, but yeah, I mean, did I lose in that game that week? I lost actually last week in a matchup to someone who just started Joe Flacco. So
it happens.
It can happen.
It does.
For the Dolphins, you guys starting Tua? I'm going to say no.
No. Not until he shows me more. I mean, even if he pops off this week, it's against the Jets. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like he's kind of like in a lose-lose situation here. Like, even if he beats him up, it's like, oh, it's the Jets. He doesn't really earn any street cred. And if he loses, it's like, oh, shit, Tua's like not good enough to even beat the Jets. So, we'll see.
I can't tell anybody to start Matt Breida. I'm pretty confident that Salvin Ahmed is going to still be the starter this week. Everyone on radio, social, everyone's going nuts. Oh, he's done. It's over. Breida's there. Gaskins is back. Gaskins is just back, and he's wearing a red jersey. He's wearing a non-contact jersey. Like, it's not a home run that he even plays this week. Right. So, Devontae Parker, Gesicki, anyone else there, Imran? Nick, what do you guys think?
I mean, if you, I mean, where you took him, you probably need to start him. I know I am starting those two in a league, but it's just like
Devontae Parker and Gesicki.
Yeah, I don't have any hope for Tua. Like maybe
Mhm.
they get me a touchdown, like Devontae Parker has been getting me. Like that's literally been the saving grace of him in my
One
fantasy.
catch, 3 yards,
Yep.
and a touchdown.
Yep, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks that he's had that specific play happen. And Gesicki, he's in and out. He's in between 6 to 10 points any given week. So I'm stuck playing them, but anything can happen. Hopefully it's the Jets and they just do what they're supposed to do, but I'm not hopeful right now.
Yeah, I think same for me. I think those are the two guys that I trust. Ahmed, you got to just see what the injury is. Even if he plays, he could be banged up. So Gesicki and Parker are the only ones I think have some value this week.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Next up, we got the Saints and the Broncos. Saints coming in at -6 on the spread. Broncos plus 220 on the money line. Over/under is at 43.5. I like the over here. I think we can hit that. And I like the Saints on the spread. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Broncos offense, like they're riding high. Like I'm not saying anything about Drew Lock, but sometimes I feel like he doesn't take it seriously enough to actually like come back in games. He's just kind of like out there having fun. Not saying that anything wrong with that.
Too much
but
dancing, Nick.
A little
too much. A little too much dancing.
Little.
Rock away somewhere else, Drew Lock.
And I don't mean to like come off as like old school. It's just a look that comes across. Like I just read the body language and stuff, and it's just like, man, you're not really locked into the game. Like I don't really I don't care if you out dance in the locker room and stuff like that. But when you're on the sideline and stuff, and you're like trying to lead a team, they don't want to see someone that's dancing when they're down 14 points. Like that doesn't make any sense. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. So I do see the Saints just doing the damn thing, doing their job. Taysom Hill has shown that he can be a winning quarterback. He has Alvin Kamara to lean on. He has Mike Thomas to throw the ball to. And I don't think the Broncos really have any answers on offense nor defense to be able to stop the Saints. So I'm going to take the Saints winning.
What do you think, Emron?
I'm going to probably go with the Broncos +6. This number was 4 yesterday, so the fact that I'm getting more now, I do like that. And I'm going to stick with the under here. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because, the Saints' offense, with Taysom Hill, we kind of got a glimpse of what it's going to be. It's going to be more ground and pound, more run-oriented, both with him and the passing game too. So I think the Broncos will keep it close. It is in the road. And I'm curious to see how he does in that environment, being outdoors in Denver in late November. I think Fangio's defense will contain him a little bit. I think he'll still get his, but I don't think it'll be enough where they can win by more than 6. And I don't think that the way that offense is set up, I don't think they can really score a lot on its own. And I think Denver's defense will keep him in check too. So I see like a 20-17 game for the Saints.
I guess I can understand that. Taysom Hill, first game on the road as a starting quarterback, but I mean, they started that game so slow, the Saints, and then they just got rolling. So I feel like the offense is still going to be there for them this week up against the Broncos defense that's just not there. It's just been pretty inexistent. And I feel like the Saints, honestly, their secondary, they've been letting up points to quarterbacks in fantasy. I feel like Locke and company, they can get a touchdown or two here. I mean, I could easily see like a 30-14 type of game. I'm gonna take the over here. I like the Saints, like I said, -6 on the spread. I like the over, so give me all of that. I think everyone's starting the Saints players. Are you guys ready to start Taysom Hill as a single quarterback, though? If he doesn't have a tight end designation or anything weird?
Quick Twitter tip that I had found out. I mean, it's kind of probably too late, but if you keep him in the tight end
and you never remove him,
nice. You can keep him in the tight end position. That's just a word on the street.
Nice.
The little Twitter bird told me,
but.
I wonder if that's true because I had
move him.
I had him in a league, and it told me that he lost his designation, and I had to move him. Or
not doing it.
Yeah, I wish that would work. It saved me in a league last week. It was a single quarterback league, but I was able to start him at tight end, so that was fun.
Cue the Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not fucking leaving. Meme. Cue that. I'm not fucking leaving. I'll fire him up, man. He looked pretty good. I wasn't hating his arm. I love the legs. It was all there for me. So yeah, give me Taysom Hill in a single quarterback league this week. I'm trusting you, Taysom, and Taysom I trust. Firing up everyone else. I mean, Kamara. I mean, even Lat Murray. I think is a live option with this kind of run heavy offense. Give me all of Thomas, of course. Manny Sanders, Jared Cook. I mean, fire up every Saint, right? Broncos. Not singing the same song there. Who are you guys starting?
I'm kind of sitting all of them. I've been sitting Noah Fant for a couple weeks. And
We've got geese.
I was like, what is that?
We've got geese.
And Jerry Judy, he's kind of hurt. He hasn't. He's been suffering drops, and that's kind of been really frustrating. So,
and that's been an all year thing. That's not just like an injury related thing. That has been an all year issue for Judy. I mean, the numbers are there in a minute fashion. It's just I think we're all really
hoping
waiting for
more. Like CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's a lot more consistent.
And I'm just waiting for next year is what I was getting to. I'm just ready for Jerry Judy in 2021 because I'm really excited just based off of what I've seen so far.
I would also start Philip Lindsay. That's the guy I was starting. I am starting him in my league. But that's about it. Like Drew Lock, he makes too many interception mistakes, and I'm just tired of like negative points. So I'm kind of been risk adverse to that. Been trying to find quarterbacks that don't throw as many interceptions.
Sure.
Like Alex Smith, he can throw for like 400 yards and not throwing touchdowns, but not any interceptions, and that's pretty good. So, that only Lindsay is the only person I'm starting.
All right, right on. What do you think? What do you think, Emron?
I have to start Locke because I'm in a 2-quarterback league, but I don't really like the matchup. Any other Broncos I could kind of feel okay with. I think Noah Fant could have some success here, kind of attack in the middle of the field against the Saints.
Okay.
Judy, I just don't like it, and he's banged up. And same thing with Patrick and Hamler.
Yeah, I like Patrick and I like Lindsay the most here. Noah Fant, I do have to start. I'm just limited at the position, so I'm doing it, but I don't feel great about it. He's kind of coming along recently, and early on he was kind of Locke's favorite. So if there's a get-right situation for Locke to kind of find a path for some success down the back stretch here, maybe it's just connecting more with Noah Fant. So I can't really fade him per se, but yeah, like Melvin Gordon, I'm good with it. Like you can sit that dude. I'm not with it. Jerry Judy, not with it. Ankle injury, Achilles. Before it was his shoulder, a week before. So yeah, he's getting dinked up. I'm gonna say to fade him. I'm not there. KJ Hamler, it's deep in the bag, but it's not like Quentin Cephas deep. But I'm still not going that far. So nothing from him there. And like you said, we're firing up all of our Saints.
KJ Hamler's kind of like in that tier 3, tier 4 purgatory. Like he's just like. He's not quite there at the next level, but he's kind of had a lot more weeks where he's been at that lower level. So he's more, I feel like he's more of a lottery ticket. Tim Patrick, that was a good one to bring up. He's apparently the first Broncos receiver since Emmanuel Sanders to have 3 games of 100 yards receiving in a season.
Nice. Fire up Tim Patrick.
That's very interesting. So
we're fans.
Yeah.
We're fans. What was the tidbit I was going to add in there?
Oh, I apologize if I took a tidbit.
No, you fed it to me and then it escaped my mind.
Oh man,
it's the worst. Maybe we'll come back.
Sorry about that.
We'll see. I don't know. Stupid brain do better. All right. Next up, we got the Niners and the Rams. Niners plus 6.5. Road dogs. Rams minus 280 on the money line. Total is at 45 points. I don't like the total. I don't like the total at all. That could be very, very close to that number. I would like to buy that number up to 47 and take the under.
Yeah, that would make sense. So I'm going to say the under based on this number. I just don't see a lot of offense coming from 49ers. It's not that their pieces can't generate offenses. It's more like they can't sustain drives long enough to actually score points. They'll have like a 20-yard gain and then completely falter. The Rams are just rolling offensively. It doesn't really matter who the running back is, but I like what Cooper Kupp is looking like. He had this one where he did like a button hook, and then when he caught the ball, instead of going out to the sideline, he turned to the inside and got like 5 more yards. You don't really see that from a wide receiver. They don't like going to the inside because there's like big guys in there called linebackers that just love tearing heads off. So I really like what I'm seeing from the Rams offense. And I feel like Aaron Donald's going to just do the damn thing against the 49ers offense. So I'm going to take the Rams, and they are going to cover. They're going to score, have more of a 6.5 spread for the win.
What do you think, Emron?
I think the Rams will cover as well. 6.5 I like that. As long as it stays at that and doesn't go to 7, I think they can win by a touchdown. Game total for this game.
I don't love it. I don't like that number.
And usually that means the number is pretty accurate about what the score is going to be.
Yeah, that's like I said. I'll take the 47. I'll buy it down.
Yeah,
or buy it up and take the under. Sorry.
Yeah, my gut tells me to take the under. I just don't see the Niners generating enough offense.
Yeah, I just don't love it here.
I could see this being like a 28-13 Rams win.
Yeah, absolutely. 49ers potentially getting Mostert back. Are you ready to fire him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as his impact on the game, what worries me is like every time he plays, he'll have like 100 yards and a couple touchdowns, but then he'll end up getting hurt. So
Hey, but he got those 100 yards and a couple touchdowns,
He
so
did,
that's all
yeah.
that matters. Like,
But I guess what I'm asking is do you expect that production post injury? His first week back.
Not against this defense, no. I think he'll have a role in the offense, but I think I don't see him getting 100 yards.
zone blocking is a completely different scheme. It's not a hat on a hat. It's who's in front of you. So I think that Raheem Mostert can still have these rushing totals, and I think that they are going to play him because you know what? They got some run. It seems like every running back in there is just worth 100 yards at any point in time. It doesn't really matter who they're playing or how far they're behind.
Starting JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think Raheem Mostert can definitely get those stats that you were alluding to, Emron, in this game. And then he could possibly get hurt, but at least he got those stats.
That's true. That's true. Rack him up and then get the hell out of here. We'll see you when you come back for the playoffs.
Yep.
It's like we came back for a spot game. I'll say fire him up as long as you get the green light. I mean, obviously, today's Wednesday, right? This game's going to take place on Sunday. We're going to get more information on Mostert. Everything that's coming in, it sounds pretty positive. So it sounds like he's trending in the right direction to have a serious role in Week 12. I'm going to say to fire him up. 49ers, firing up some Mullins.
No.
No Mullins for me.
I'm staying away from all of them.
Yeah, same.
Maybe Ayuk, just because
Ayuk, James.
Ayuk, just Ayuk,
Ayuk,
because he's just got the rushing ability and the receiving ability, and he's a big play waiting to happen. So I take a chance on him.
What do you think, Emron?
I just don't like the matchup against this defense, honestly. I'm thinking about it really hard, but if Mostert's healthy, you got to play him. But the receivers, it's just, I don't feel comfortable.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll stay away.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to stay with Mostert and Ayuk, and I'm trying to think if I want to start Jordan Reed. I don't want to start Jordan Reed. Not enough there for me. Or Ross Dwelly. Not enough there for me. For the Rams, I think we're firing up everybody. Goff, obviously the receivers. They had a big night up against Tom Brady and company. If there's a running back there to start, Akers got his first touchdown last week. Is it enough?
Yeah.
Is he the lead dog now?
You can definitely put him in.
I'm saying to start Akers this week for sure. What do you think, Emron?
I got to see multiple games.
Yeah, multiple games.
It's the 49ers.
McVay's just all over the place, man. He cares more about winning than our teams.
True.
So it's if Henderson's the hot hand, or if it's Malcolm Brown, he doesn't really care. So I just got to see multiple games.
I'm gonna ride the hot hand. I'm gonna ride Akers. Led carries 2 weeks ago. Got the touchdown this past week. I'm on him. He's coming along. Give me the receivers there. Tyler Higbee, is he a start? I think we're all starting Gerald Everett.
Oh, man, I'm kind of.
I
don't think there's enough consistent
exactly
production above 10 points where I'm like, oh yeah, Gerald Everett or oh yeah, Tyler Higbee. They're kind of like both 7-7. So I'm kind of staying away there. The only ones I'm really excited about, Van Jefferson.
Okay,
that's a good one to play. Josh Reynolds also played.
Josh Reynolds, little spot start.
If you're looking for deep in the bag, but just stay with those receivers. Those tight ends, it's a lottery ticket. If you want to put a dollar on them, go ahead. You'll probably get it. But
no, I just meant those receivers are just.
Oh, those receivers, they're
off the charts.
They're crazy. So
how many? Do we know how many rushing attempts Woods had the other night? It was like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
some of them were just getting absolutely stuffed. It was the Bucks, but they were just kept feeding him carries. I was like, what are they doing? They just kept backing up the chains. It was driving me nuts. But they love to feed Kupp and Woods, man. They love to get them really rolling in the game plan. So yeah, of course you're firing up those dudes. But yeah, I'll take Everett. No Higbee for me. Next matchup up here, big one: Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chiefs 3.5 on the spread, -195 road favorites. Tampa Bay and I thought I said Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers are +170 at home. Over/under is at 56. I will take the over. I think there will be plenty of enough points. What do you guys think?
I'm going to take the under, and it's going to be mostly the Chiefs. The Buccaneers offense. Tom completely underrated 20 years of knowing the same playbook and being in the same system. He's getting a little confused out there. He's having miscommunication with his players.
Do you see these 0 for 19 for passes beyond the 20-yard line for the past month?
Yeah. That's
0 for 19 the past month.
That's terrible.
Also, 19 passes for 4 games is not a whole lot beyond 20 yards. By the way,
No,
just saying.
they're West Coasting it because he really is having trouble reading the defenses. I heard.
Mhm.
I think that Kansas City is just going to keep rolling, and this is just another step in the stone for them. So, yeah, I'm going to take Kansas City, definitely covering the 3. And it's going to be the under 56 because it's mostly going to be the Chiefs, not the Buccaneers.
All right, what do you think, Imran?
I'm all over the over in this game. There's just too many stars on both sides, and it's an afternoon game. For whatever reason, the Bucks have like the boogeyman when it comes to night games. They just don't show up. So I think this game, I think it's going to be
really consider that.
Yeah, it's a high scoring game. Last time the Bucks lost on the national stage when they lost to the Saints in bad fashion, they came back and destroyed the Panthers. Obviously, the Chiefs are a much better team, defending Super Bowl champs. But I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Just too many stars, right? Kelsey, Hill, Mahomes, Brady, Brown, Evans, all over.
A lot of mouths to feed, a lot of options.
And defenses that are decent, right? They're not bad. They're okay defenses on both sides, but I think it's a higher scoring version of that Rams and Bucks game we just saw on Monday night.
Okay.
Where I think there's going to be points to be had. And I do like the Bucks plus 3.5. I think this is going to be a close game. I think Tom's going to come out. There's another team that the NFC playoff race is also very thin. This is a monster game for them. They got to have this one. So I think at home they can cover that 3.5, and I think they might actually win outright.
I am not going to touch the spread on this one. I do think it's going to be really close, and I do think it's a coin flip either way. Tampa is playing at home still. I don't lend much to the home field advantage this year, but it's still a factor, right? When I look at that Chiefs and Raiders matchup, and really the game where the Chiefs lost to the Raiders are a lesser level team than the Buccaneers. Do you guys agree? Yeah, I feel like
not by much. I think
really
not by Raiders.
The defense for the Buccaneers is so much better.
The secondary suspect.
It is, but it's still it gives them an advantage on the defensive side of the ball. They can make a stop to win a game. The Raiders cannot. I'm sorry, they cannot make a stop to win a game.
They almost have this. I think their record is only different by one game.
It is. The Raiders. The Raiders have been playing good football.
Yeah.
But if we're comparing the teams to the other, the point I'm getting at here is the Chiefs they just got a close win up against the Raiders. Now they're going on the road to the Bucks, who did just take one, right? They just took a loss. Where you were just alluding to Tom Brady's response time, right? How he's responding in these games. I think it does lend some favoritism to the Buccaneers in this game, and that's why I'm not taking the spread. I'm still taking the Chiefs to win, but I think the Buccaneers do keep it close here, and I don't want to. Those half points have been burning me down this year. I would take that down to 3 either way, no matter what. But still, I don't want to mess with the spread here. I'm going to take the Chiefs as just a flat winner. Pat Mahomes under minus 200. It's not a bad deal, and I'll take the over there too. Give me the Chiefs on the money line and the over. I like that. I don't hate it. Okay. Starting everybody. Give me someone you're not starting because everyone in this game is live.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Cameron Braid. Okay, there's one. That's a fair assessment, Nick. What do you got? Emron, you got one?
No.
DeMarcus Robinson.
Lev Bell. I'm going to say Lev Bell.
Yeah, all your starters
Bell,
are starting.
I'm going to say Lev Bell.
I didn't think he was important enough to even mention, to be honest.
Well, he's in Cameron Braid territory, I think.
That's
Cameron
true.
Braid's still playing behind Gronk.
And your starters, your obvious starts, your Godwins, your Evans, you're starting. Brown, I'm firing Brown. I think
firing up Antonio Brown. Led the team in targets this last game. Did you guys know that Godwin is still playing with a fucking splint in his hand?
Did not know that.
I did not know that either.
I knew that.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's wild. He's out there. He scored the game-winning touchdown. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, game-losing touchdown. The one before.
Yeah.
What are hands?
What are hands? Or what are fingers? Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. Scotty Miller, not starting him. Give me a Chief. DeMarcus Robinson, not starting him. Ooh, here we go. Sammy Watkins. If he's active and good to go.
Just give me Kelsey and Hill.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need too.
Well, one of those guys is going to score a touchdown because that's life. I'd say if this smells like a Sammy Watkins getting a touchdown game.
I hate it. That means Hill has one less opportunity to get a touchdown. No D-Rob for me. No Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman only had like 17 snaps in that last game, and he didn't have Watkins.
Falling out of favor.
Don't understand that one. So firing up everybody, and I'm taking the over there. I was about to say last matchup, second to last matchup, Seahawks and the Eagles on Sunday Night Football.
That's Monday.
I don't know why the Bears game's not on this thing.
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
Yeah. We can go out to the Seahawks.
Okay, so we'll come back to the Bears for Monday night. So for the Seahawks, we got maybe they don't have the starting quarterback. Is that why? I don't know.
They might have taken it off. I mean, yeah. I don't know. They may have taken it off. I don't. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Wouldn't we talk about Monday on Monday?
No,
The Bears play Sunday night.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're just going through the preview. So the Seahawks are 4.5 favorite on the spread on the road, traveling to Philly. Philly plus 198 on the money line at home. Over under here is at 50. I like that number. I will take the over.
I'm taking Seattle and the under. I just Philly. I've just been burned by them too much this year. I really have. They have to.
Did you say the under?
Yeah, the under.
Wow.
I don't think Philly's offense is that good. I mean, like they're just not good. I mean, on paper, if you look at it, yeah, they should be able to keep up in this game. And, I think going back 4 months ago, I'd be like, oh, this is going to be an awesome Monday night game, right? Fun game to watch, Wentz versus Wilson. But the Eagles offense, they have to prove me wrong. Can they? Sure, but they haven't done that yet. And I think I love Seattle 4.5. I don't think that's a lot at all. I think they can cover that on the road, but I don't think Eagles show up to help hit that over.
I'm going to take the under 2. Seattle's going to be driving the bus. Philadelphia, it's a shit show. I feel like there's going to be an interception or two, probably one taken back to the house.
Definitely two.
So, yeah, give me Seattle. And I think they are going to cover 4.5. So, Seattle covers and over 50 or under 50, sorry.
Yeah, the thing is Carson Wentz, where he does throw a lot of interceptions, he also throws a lot of touchdowns. I mean, last week, no.
They're even.
What's that? Oh, are they
14-14?
Jameis Winston style. Nice, very nice. Everyone needs a Jameis Winston every year in fantasy, right? So yeah, the passing touchdowns are there. I think Wentz throws for 2 touchdowns. He throws 2 or 3 interceptions, and Miles Sanders or Jordan Howard scores a touchdown. I think that's
possible.
I think the Eagles put up
possible.
I think the Eagles put up 24 points. I think they put up 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and Seattle, they win and they just go over that number. So I'm going to take the over there. Obviously, a 25-24 game could not hit. Sure. I'm not betting on Seattle score 25. It's a weird number.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to take the over. I think the Eagles can score at least 3 touchdowns and a field goal, just based off of, as our boy Driscoll, he's not with us right now, but as Wentz God, as he says, just loves to heave it around. Yeah, I think he can come down with 2 touchdowns up against this Seattle defense. So I'll take the over. I'm going to take Seahawks. I will take them on the spread. I'll take them at 4.5. I think they can win this one, 30-24. If I'm giving the Eagles 24 points, I think the Seahawks can score 30, maybe even put up the 32. Starting pretty much everybody for the Seahawks. Give me any running back that's there. Whoever the lead dog is going to be, I'll take Carlos Hyde.
Yep.
Obviously, Russ Wilson, DK, Lockett. Will Disley or Hollister? Will Disley the guy? Will Disley?
I'll do Disley. He had a pretty significant role on the team last year before he got injured. So
Hollister.
All right, Nick's going Hollister. For the Eagles, we got no Wentz for me.
Negative.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me a whole Miles Sanders. Fire all that up.
Yep.
And I'll take some Travis Fulgham. No other receiver.
Yeah.
Nothing else there for me. Do we know the spread on the Bears game?
Yeah, I just pulled that up, actually.
So what do you got?
So DraftKings has it up. The spread at this moment is the Packers are -8.5. The under is 45, and the money line is Packers -400. Bears are +335.
Yikes! Someone else take it away.
Sure.
Going last on this one.
Yeah, with this one, this is one of my bets I'm going to cover for tomorrow. I like the under in this game a lot. It's pretty simple. All year, the Bears offense hasn't scored. It's pretty simple. Offense is horrible. I think they're averaging like 19 points a game. So at the end, it's been trending the wrong way. It's been going down. If Mitch starts, which like we all think he will, I think there'll be a little bit of a spark, but I just don't think it's going to be enough just because the scheme and they would have to do a big shift. We were talking about the Eagles proving me wrong. Like Matt Nagy and the team would definitely have to shift the way they're calling the offense and using their players and utilizing them for me to have any faith in them. So I like the under here. That +8.5 is very appetizing, but I just don't think they score the game. I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to be very close. Like it'll be like maybe Packers like 7-3 at halftime, and then they're just slowly going to pull away, and they're going to win like 24-3 just because the Bears offense never shows up.
Pray for that halftime score. What do you got, Nick?
Yeah, Bears offense sucks. Their defense is awesome. I think they're going to keep Aaron Rodgers in check, but not generate enough points to overcome Rodgers, and Packers pull out the win.
What was the total?
45.
Yeah, give me the under. And I'm going to go buy a van, drive it down to a river, and live there. That's how I'm gonna watch that game. That's what's going to happen. I don't want any part of this game. I'll take nobody. How's that?
I'm definitely going to throw it on a parlay. I mean, I'm not going to say, that think the other team from Green Bay is going to win. I mean, I'm probably going to be wrong, but I think this is a very significant game when you talk about desperation, right?
Ugh.
Once upon a time, 5-1, number one seed in the NFC. Now you're down to 5-5. You're slipping. This is, not just a season, but, coach, GM, if you win this game, you have life. If you lose this game, you're probably done for the season. So I don't know. I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears have pulled off crazier stuff in the past, but I'm not investing in it this week.
I have a lot of
chips in that pot.
Yeah, I just have a lot of horror memories of Green Bay and Bears Sunday night or primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, the Bears have not beat Green Bay in a primetime game since 2015. It was Brett Favre night on Thanksgiving.
Fun stat.
It was great. It was. I remember this because sadly they've only beaten the Packers 3 times in the last 10 years. And
more fun stats.
I was at one of the games.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, one of the 3. But
bring it home.
But the other one was John Fox's first year on Thanksgiving. Jay Cutler had a big game. They beat him on Brett Favre night. It's about 5 years ago to the day.
Yeah,
I really love it. Again, I really, really love it. I'm not rooting for them to lose, but I realistically and logically,
it's a tough ask.
It's just really hard to say because you would think they would have done something differently a long time ago, but we'll see what they do after the bye.
Yeah, it's a tough ask. I'm not excited.
I do like the under though. The under. Can I kind of get back to the agenda? I think the under is in good play. Yeah. It has been, I think, for all but 2 of the Bears games this year.
Yeah, I just see this as another game that doesn't belong anywhere near prime time television.
No, I wish they had flexed the Chiefs and Bucks into it.
Yes, and then we would have saw Tom shit the bed. So,
that's true.
Apparently,
actually no. Bills and Chargers. I'd rather see that.
There you go. Hey, no. That means who's shitting the bed there? Not Herbert. No, we don't need that, Imran. Remember, we need to continue the billion-point trend.
Oh, I'm not saying. He shit the bed, and they're gonna go up 24-0 and then lose 27-24.
Oh, okay, I got you. Fair enough. All right, well, we got through them all here. You guys got anything else to close it down here?
Nope.
No, guys. Just kind of when it's being Thanksgiving and kind of keeping with that theme. Thankful with all the COVID stuff. The NFL season. We've had some reschedules and stuff. It's still been able to go on, a lot better than honestly I thought it would. So it's awesome. We're about to get to December and get to the home stretch of these last few games. So thankful for that. Thank you for taking the Hizzy. Thank you for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the 2 of you guys, all the supporters out there. Everything's rolling along. Things are going pretty good. NFL, we got a season. We did get a game moved this week, but we're dodging bullets like that pretty much all season long. So really appreciate you guys all coming out and riding with us. You take care and be well. We'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Later, guys.
Later.